One of the things that I love most about fitness is that it gives you the ability to make better memories. Hi, my name is Caroline Drury, founder of the Beyond Before and After Fitness app for women and the co-founder of MacroPath, which will be the AI app that just tells you what to eat. It's early December. We are going into the holiday season, and I want to talk about some ways to help you get through this season. I used to go through the holidays in such a fog. And the way that I would deal with that would actually be to kind of disconnect from life as I was going through the holidays. And I would just remove all commitments to honoring eating well or doing any kind of exercise. And I'd say, I'll deal with that. I'll start January 1st. Yeah, January 1st. Probably like a lot of you watching this, we've done that about 30 times, decades. I still remember December 27th of 2020 was a massively pivotal day for me because that was the end of my first year of my transformation journey. And why that date was so pivotal is because I took this photo. 2020 was the year that I completely reimagined how I was going to have a relationship with food and exercise. I took a starting photo on January 1st. And I decided for that year to not diet for the entire year because I was just about to turn 40 that year. I felt probably in one of the worst physical shapes I've ever been in. I had a big job, was, taking care of life, taking care of things. And I was at the back of the priority list in my life. And so I decided on January 1st, 2020, that I was going to eat 2,000 calories a day for an entire year and just see what happened because I couldn't mentally live in the torture chamber of eating way over or eating way under. I had no food stability and it was really, really, really impacting my mental health and my relationship to myself because I was attacking myself, but I was also the attackee. So I was the attacker and the attackee, and I couldn't outrun myself. It was such a pivotal realization when I had that. So I decided for a whole year I was going to not diet. I wanted to learn what it felt like to eat just to feel satiated. I didn't really know about macros, but I knew what foods had protein, which carbs, and which had fat. So I decided, okay, I'm going to eat 2,000 calories a day for an entire year because that's what's on the back of every food label. It's like the adult should have 2,000 calories a day. I was like, okay, I guess that's what I'm going to do. And I decided to eat 40% carbs, 30% protein, and 30% fat. I decided I'm just going to do this for an entire year. And then on December 27th, I took a photo. I just about fell out of my chair. I still remember the first words that came into my mind. This is like a lightning bolt moment. I saw the photo and I was like, I did it. I couldn't believe that I had done it, that I actually stuck to it for a year. But what was so revolutionary about sticking to it for a year is that I didn't stick to it anything for a year. And I felt my world explode open. I felt like I had just found the Holy Grail because in that moment, my paradigm of what was true about dieting and about fitness was blown completely open. I discovered that you do not have to be starving all the time and you can do less and achieve more. The whole point of this story is that going into January 1st, that was the first time I did not have to set a New Year's resolution to get in shape. And I remember that feeling of January 1st and being like, I'm ahead. What can I do this year? What can I do this year? I couldn't even, my brain So looking back at that Christmas season of December 2020 and every holiday or Christmas season since then, we're in a holiday season of 2025. 5 years, it's just still in my infancy with this stuff. I want to tell you all the things that I've learned because I've learned a lot, but I've been able now to distill them down into the most actionable, most potent things that you can hang your hat on to get through this holiday season. Actually, not get through it, thrive through it. Focus on the most important things, not beat yourself up, and get to January 1st and not feel like you need to reinvent the wheel or that you're behind. Number one, fitness as a memory maker. The holiday seasons are time to make incredible memories. So whether you launched a business and you're celebrating it, or you're a grandparent for the first time, or you have family there, I mean, it doesn't have to be the first time for anything. Maybe it's just celebrating your 18th Christmas with your family, or your 53rd Christmas with your husband. Like, it doesn't matter. The holiday season is a time for memories. So this is shift number one. What kind of memories? Ask yourself, what kind of memories do you want to make this holiday season? So in order to do that, though, we cannot have our fitness fall off, because when we are not paying attention to our fitness, we will overeat, overindulge, which puts us in a fog, and then we beat ourselves up, and then we have the F it moment. I'll just wait till January. So we need to focus on what kind of memories we want to make, who we're going to spend our time with, and then how our fitness fits into that, because it can get moved around, but it cannot get deleted. But it will look different, but it cannot get deleted. Fitness as a memory maker. What kind of memories do you want to make? And then we work backwards. Point number two, what this looks like in real life. Your fitness is going to look different in the holiday season, unless you live in a vacuum, unless you are two people with no kids and no family and no pets and nothing, and you don't celebrate any of the holidays, and you're just going to go through it normal. You're going to Christmas with the Cranks, where I love that movie, by the way. I laugh every time, where you're just skipping Christmas or skipping whatever holiday you celebrate. I'm joking. But we don't live in a bubble. So define for you, in order to have fitness fit into this time of life, define for yourself what that needs to look like. I'm here to tell you it will need to look different. I give you permission to let it be so. For me, I will do all of my runs. That is a non-negotiable, because this is a very busy season, and it generally falls on the women to make the meals, do the decorating. Yes, we get our husband's help, but it falls on us. It's very stressful. Running is where I decompress, and without running, nobody should ever be around me. So for me, I fully plan on doing all my runs, but I do my runs at 5 a.m. because I still like getting up early. I still like having my day set early so that I can have a better mental outlook throughout the day, and I can handle stress so much better. So for me, I will do all my runs. My strength training, though, will look different. I go into the holiday season knowing that if I have to give up a full workout every week, because I'm currently working out or strength training 4 days a week, if I need to give 1 or 2 up once in a while, I'm going to be okay with that. I'm setting the intention early when things are calm. I can also give myself permission to do 1 set of everything. If I really want to check the box and get the whole workout done and do all the workouts, maybe that means doing 1 set of everything instead of all the sets of everything. Because if you're a box checker and you really want to do all the workouts every week, but time and capacity just won't allow, you can adjust. So define for yourself now, what in real life terms can your workouts look like, so that you can feel as good as you want to make better memories and to get to January and not feel behind. Hope you're seeing the through line here. And just like how we did that for our workouts, we need to do that for our eating as well. I remember a few Christmases, subs after 2020, when I was really into physique building and bodybuilding. And I'm so happy I did this, by the way, because I swung so far to one side, where I felt like I had to plan and weigh every morsel that I ate at every meal during Christmas, like even Christmas dinner. And if that's what you want to do, by all means, I'm not macro shaming you. I'm fully I had gone from so many F-it Christmases to uber tracking. So I swung so far in the opposite direction for a couple Christmases. And I'm really not mad that I did that. But what it showed me is that I don't want to do that all the time. So I learned that my eating will change some of the time, but what really matters during the holiday season is what I do most of the time. So my expectations of myself for my meals is that I will still do my weekly meal prep. I will still do my weekly macro planning, because I actually love it. But I agree with myself to give myself a little bit more flexibility, but not to the point where I feel like I'm eating like a jerk. And a lot of people like that. Just don't eat like a jerk during the holidays, because we all know when we're doing it. There's chocolates laying around. Yeah, have a chocolate. But when we go back for another and another and another and another, it's like that. Okay, I'm being a jerk now. I don't need 5 of those chocolates. So focus on what you will do most of the time. So whether that means that you're going to always make sure that there's protein in your fridge, That would be amazing. Whether you're going to make sure that, you eat a healthy green bowl or grain bowl or something every day for lunch or whatever, or that you're going to really focus on nailing your pre-workout and your post-workout meal and focusing on protein and veggies for lunch. And then the dinner is going to be a little bit more flex time. Define for you what that means, because how you eat your food will most of the time will allow you more flexibility for what you do some of the time. And what you do some of the time won't have a huge impact. It's okay. But you'll also feel better so you can accomplish the workouts that you already plan to do, which again will help you feel better and make better memories at Christmas. So those are the 3 things, but I want to add an asterisk at the end about what to tactically do the day of an event or the day of a meal out. Anyone new on a fitness journey will generally feel a lot of fear for the holiday season because they've started developing really good habits, and they actually start to fall in love with those habits and how they feel when they're nailing their macros and nailing their workouts. And then the holiday season comes and fear creeps in. What I find that fear generally is the old identity shows up, because going through a holiday season and feeling like a boss and like, I got this, throw anything, what you got, throw it at me. That's uncharted territory for most people when they begin. That's okay. If you are feeling apprehensive or nervous at this time of year, because this is new to you, you are normal. You are normal. So for you, going through those first few steps, very important. But also, here's what else that you have to honor. The old you is still in your mind, and we are afraid of going back to that. So this apprehension, and when we start to feel like, oh my God, I'm like white knuckling this feeling of ease and excitement that we have for our journey, when we start to feel like the anxiety creep in this time of year, it's the old us, because that is the only memory that we have in our heads about the holiday season, is how we used to operate. And we don't have a blueprint for what it feels like to be successful and to get to January 1st and not need to start a new diet, or get through the holiday season and feel like we got this. It's new. You are a bird jumping off of the twig on the tree, hoping that you can fly. And you can fly. You have the wings to do it, just like the bird. The old us, the habits, or the lack of habits, the coping mechanisms, those were things that got us through some difficult times in our life, because we're not born with those. We developed those somewhere. We have to recognize that those were patterns that protected us for a long time, but they don't have a place in our new life. So sometimes they still need to be recognized, have a little seat at the table, because when we feel that anxiety, it's like, oh, don't pay attention to that. It's like, oh, I can say, hey, what's happening? Come have a sip of tea. I'm drinking water right now, but it's like, what are you trying to tell me? Oh, you never get through the season well. You never get through the season well. You're going to mess us up. Oh, well, that's old data. I really appreciate you showing up to the party, but that's old data. I'm creating a new version of myself. I appreciate you're trying to keep me safe, trying to keep me from, being disappointed later. So we want to create anxiety now so that we can have the anxiety and the disappointment now, so we don't feel it later when we're going to fail at this. It's a mess of inner dialogue. So what we need to really recognize is that's old data that is stored in your brain from old coping mechanisms, but we have to create a new reality. And you're going to do all those things that I outlined. You're going to set realistic new expectations for all of those. And then on the days when you have a meal or like a meal out, you eat all of your regular healthy foods. We do not save calories. That backfires. Because if you save up all your calories because you're trying to stick to your macros, because you haven't set the realistic expectation, you're going to go into that holiday party and the dam will break, because you'll be so hungry. You'll be underfed, underhydrated. You'll go to that holiday party and the dam will break. And then you will probably consume 2,000 calories more than you needed to. You'll have a couple extra glasses of wine and you'll just be so hungry that you eat all the food. So get up, do your training for that day, whatever the realistic expectation is that you set, because you'll feel good. You'll be able to regulate yourself better. Hydrate during the day. Stay on your normal meals. Do not save calories. And then when you get to that event or that dinner, you will be at an appropriate hunger level. You'll be hydrated. You will have worked out so you'll feel good. You will eat 400 to 500 calories more. However, you won't eat 2,000 to 2,500 calories more. You'll be more focused. You'll be creating better memories. You'll be better regulated. And then the next day, you just get up and do your things again. There's none of that waking up and feeling like you were bad. You weren't bad. You were just didn't set yourself up for success. I hope that this was helpful. I made all the mistakes so you don't have to. If there's anything else you want me to cover about any of this topic, getting through the holiday season, any of it, put it in the comments below. I really, really want to help you be successful this holiday season. We are early here. And if you do any of these things and you turn out that, when you do these things and when you get to January 1st and feel amazing, please tell me. I want to know your successes. Let's create a culture of winning here. If you need a supportive community to go through the holiday season, come into my app, Beyond Before and After. That is what it is all about. Please come in. There is always a spot for you. You get your first week free. Anything else I can do, you just message me anytime. Happy, happy, happy holidays.